So much is happening in the KISS world. We're going to talk about it today. I went and met Peter Criss. Sonny went to see the Gene Simmons band in Louisiana. Joey is stuck in a blizzard. And there's even more announcements this week. We're going to talk about it on Podcast Rock City Live. What's up, everybody? Joe here from Podcast Rock City. And with me this week, Sonny Hollywood Pooty.
What's up, peeps? Fresh back from Louisiana. I had never had a boudin. Boudin. It's the first one I had. It was great.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
It's like a really thin bread with like rice and pork, and I think it's a Czech thing. Green onions, etc. Savory as savory can be. Unbelievable.
Awesome. How long you been home?
An hour.
Awesome. Right down there is the man, the myth, the legend, Joey Casada.
I thought for sure he was talking about some kind of Louisiana prostitute or something. I didn't know where he was going with that. I figured for sure
the woman.
It was going to be dirty.
That's okay. You know what I found out? In South Carolina, they have moonshine called Sugar Tit.
Ooh.
Sugar Tit. It's called Boudin? Okay, it's called Boudin, supposedly. I know what a Sugar Tit is. Boudin. Okay.
You really do know what a Sugar Tit is?
Hell yeah. What are you, new here?
Oh, that's a good point. All right. Thank you guys for being here, man. This show could be 24 hours, but we've got to shrink it down and do our best to dip it in some cold water. You know how that works. Whoa. And make it doable in this amount of time that we're here. I don't know. So let's go ahead and just really get right to the news.
Podcast Rock City News.
So we're going to get to me and Karen and I going to North Carolina to see Peter, and we're going to get to Sonny going to Louisiana to have his whatever that thing was called.
Putang, what was it, Sonny?
Putang.
I know what that is too.
Oh, have mercy. It's like poontang, sugar tit, and greasy dick. That's all I gotta say. All right, so we're gonna go but we're gonna talk about Sonny's thing as well. Listen, I want to tell you guys, we had a blast in North Carolina. Now, I am not a horror movie fan. I like a few. Jaws, Friday the 13th, the first one, Halloween, the first one, Nightmare on Elm Street, the first, and Dream Warriors. I didn't like the second one. Here and there. What about you, Joey? Are you a horror movie fan?
Yeah, I'm a big horror movie buff. I like the religious horror movies. The Omen, The Exorcist, all of that stuff. Even some of the newer stuff, The Conjuring and all that stuff. I've been known to partake in a horror movie or two over the years.
Sonny, what about you?
Zip. I do not partake in horror movies at all. I don't like the fake blood. I don't like the chainsaw chopping. The thriller is good enough for me. The mystery is good enough for me. I don't need the gore or the fake screams. I can get the fake scream just by touching somebody. So that's
have
easy to do. You
mercy.
don't need that.
This is a terrible
We are
show
all in
already.
some rare areas right now. I'm just going to go ahead and let you know. I'll tell you that, and this is really kind of based on the acting in a horror movie. I think The Exorcist 3 is the best out of all the.
Phenomenal movie.
Okay.
George C. Scott was incredible in that movie.
And the dude that played the guy
Yes.
in the jail. Okay, good. Oh man, Joey, we're agreeing to that because
I love that movie.
some people might go, what is wrong with you? The first one. No. The first one is wonderful, but the third one is psycho. Let me tell you, I saw that in the theater when that lady
Me too.
started crawling on the ceiling. Oh,
There's
I
a
got
scene
chills.
where
Look,
she comes out with the big choppers,
the
like
chop
in the hallway.
right across the screen. Oh my god,
across
that's
the street,
freaky.
scared the shit out of me.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is not a horror movie thing, but that's what we were there for. And there were it was pretty cool what was going on there. Dale Torborg was there. Peter Criss, of course, was there. Let me tell you guys how it went. We're going to give you my story. So Karen and I drove from Atlanta to North Carolina. It took just a few hours. On the way there, we got a text from Gigi, Peter's wife, and she's like, hey, are you guys coming in today? Absolutely. We couldn't wait to see each other. We get there. There is a ton of KISS fans. This is Friday. So the first day, it's the short day as well. It starts, I think, at 6 and it's over at like 11. Okay. Peter is signing at 7. 6. I'm sorry, 6 o'clock. Then 7, he's doing photos. And then 8 back to 8 until 11 to keep signing.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, that's a long time for anybody, really. And it's even longer, for Peter Criss. He's older. So as I'm standing in line waiting, all of a sudden Xander and Daphne come walking by from KISS Army things, who I have never met in person. I've had Xander on the show. He was walking by. I just went, yo. And he turned and looked at me. He was like, Joe. And him and his wife came over and we met and it was great. We shot a little video for their vlog. Check out KISS Army things. They have I don't know, maybe 10-minute long vlog of the whole weekend. Then as we were waiting to go in, we found out there was another line that they'd already pulled everybody out of that already had their wristbands, because the line for Peter was, I'm going to say 250 to 300 deep.
Wow.
For autographs. So I know that Xander's way in the back. I run and get him. And I'm like, come on, Karen's holding us a spot. We go. And from then on, it was the 4 of us. Xander, Daphne, Karen, Joe. We hung out. Awesome. A bunch of our viewers were in the line. We all got to meet and say hi. They told us how much they enjoyed the show. One person was like, tell Sonny to quit picking on Joey. That's not an exaggeration. It's a true statement.
I love that's interesting because I heard the same thing earlier. I'll let you know that was earlier.
We had a great time. It took us. Now, here's the thing about Peter. I mean, he's one of the friendliest people on the planet. So I don't know for sure because I hadn't had a chance to really talk to a whole bunch of people after they went through line, but I think he was friendly with just about everybody. Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. Conversation. It took hours to get through that line. Now, nobody complained. Nobody was upset about it. Everybody was just sitting around and talking KISS, which is what we do. And Peter, for that matter, talking about Peter Criss, everybody that brought something to be autographed, like I got my record signed. Everybody that
I like that he did it in green. That looks good on green. Yeah. In green.
For it in green.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody that brought something to get autographed, we were all checking everybody's stuff out. We saw 3 pinball glasses.
Wow.
That they were wheeling through. I think, okay, so I only saw 2 of them. The glass was exposed. One of them was still in this like roller case, right? I think the 2 that I saw exposed, I know one for sure. Peter was number 3 on their glass, and they were going to see Paul in Florida. I guess, was it today? I guess maybe today or something, I think, and they were going to get it signed down there and finish the glass, all 4 original members. Totally amazing. So we're sitting there, we're talking, just shooting the, if you guys don't know, Xander is running the KISS Museum site right now. And go check that out, kissmuseum.com. You can buy all kinds of vintage stuff on that site.
If you don't know their show too, Kiss Army Things is a great podcast. The two of them are so fun and positive and uplifting. Go check them out. They are the best.
Also, okay, so we go through, I see my friend Larry, who watches the show with us. Hi, Larry. He's the last person in line. And I'm in one of the waiting rooms, as you go through 2 waiting rooms in order to get to Peter. So I'm in one of the rooms and I tell Karen, I have to go and see Larry because I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to see. For you guys that don't know, Larry was a viewer of our show, found out a couple of years ago that Karen and I were going to be in Nashville for a KISS show. He took us backstage with him when he bought a guitar from Tommy Thayer, and we met Tommy, and that's how I got that really quick little few question interview with him like I did with Gene and Peter. Larry's top notch, great guy. He's ready to retire. We've been talking about that. Anyway, went up to talk to him. It turns out he was talking to Gigi. She turned around. She saw me. She was like, "Oh my God, Joe!" And she hugged me. And I was like, "It's great to see you. I didn't want to bother you. You're talking to the, And she's like, "No. It was great to see you. Where's Karen?" I said, "She's in there sitting. I wanted to come and see Larry." Larry was giving Peter a Ace ring. It says Ace. And when you open the box, it shines on the Ace thing, right? So apparently, according to him, and I don't know if I'm allowed to share this, but it's a great story. They apparently they gave it to Ace, and Ace is going to give it to Monique, which I thought was spectacular. Karen and I were chilling. We go through the line, great time. Everybody in there is having fun. We're meeting tons and tons of people. You couldn't not, and then I finally get in there. Gigi comes walking up. She goes, "Hey, Joe, I know that we wanted to give you these CDs." So they gave us all 3 CDs, the silver, the white, and the black. And we, Peter drew the name. We're going to get to that in a second. Peter drew the name of the winner. And that was awesome in itself. Plus, he signed a CD that we gave away earlier in the month. This one and this one. We gave both of these away. So it took me a little while to get them autographed, obviously. But if you're watching right now, you won this. You got to contact us and let us know. Jellyfish is what it says. Jellyfist. Sorry. Jellyfist. And this one right here was Brosco. You won this one. So contact us. Let us know your address and we'll email it to you. We go through. This is when it gets really funny. I walk up. I talked with Gigi. She's spectacular. She's helping us out, making sure that we're getting everything that we want. She even made sure on the CD that he signed that when it was open, that she kept the wrapper with the hype sticker and everything so they could get it all. I said, "Hi, Peter. How you doing? My name's Joe. I'm from Podcast Rock City. I was one of the hosts of the show when you went over to Joey Casada's face." He literally went like this. "Oh, that was a great day." I said, "I heard you had cannolis." He says, "I'm Italian. Of course I had cannolis." He brightened up talking about Joey and what a great time he had. It's like the complete opposite of when Sonny talks about Joey. And if I
had a choice, I will take Peter Criss talking good about me, not Sonny Pooney.
Yes, absolutely.
Just remember, I'm going to be doing it longer.
Uh-oh, that's brutal. Anyway, so he was very friendly. He signed everything for us. We were watching, she was making sure that everything got taken care of. We talked. He was funny when he drew the name. We'll watch that video in just a second. And so you guys can see who won, and the person that won can see that they won. And he made a few jokes, and it was great. And they did make us wear a mask, and they did sanitize our hands before we went in there. But Peter's 80 years old, and to be honest with you, flu season it's that time. It didn't bother anybody. Nobody was like, oh, everybody was like, it's Pete. We want to see Peter Criss. This is what they asked us to do. This is what we're going to do. No, I didn't hear, and I'm talking about it. I don't know how many hours it was. First of all, I can tell you, if you're going to see him in another state, it doesn't matter how long the wait is. It's 100% worth it. And I get nothing out of this. I'm just telling the truth. It's 100% worth it. When you got up there, you got your time with him. I asked him a question. You talked to him. He talked back. It wasn't like I've met a few people that there was nothing. It was like, hi, how are you doing? And it was like, out the door. See you later, buddy. Got your money. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say who that was, but I will tell you it was an actor. Anyway, and it was, so he's going to be, I think, in Orlando at the end of the year, I believe. And he's going to be in Knoxville, I think next month in March. So make sure you guys go to the Fanboy Expo. All right, as I'm going, Joe, you got any questions?
No, I mean, it's incredible that Peter did that for that long. And I know people are like, oh, what is he doing? He's just signing autographs. It's not just signing autographs. He's got to be on. And what I mean by on, he's got to be chipper and on and talkative and really being full on Peter Criss mode for 5 or 6 or 7 hours. It's exhausting. So it's incredible that Peter's still doing that, 80 years old, loving meeting his fans and giving each one of them the time that they gave him. That's incredible.
It was really special. I will tell you that I messaged Larry. Remember Larry? Last in line. I messaged him and told him I got back to my hotel room with Karen at midnight. Larry messaged me at 1:15. Just saw Peter.
Wow. So 6 p.m. to 1:15 a.m.
And he kept signing. And he made sure he got to everybody. Wow. That was awesome. Okay.
There's no way to fix that. Like either you say, hey, Peter's going to be here. He's only signing for 150 people.
Right.
Right. But if you're going to leave that open at 250, 300 people, a minute a person is 5 hours.
Good point.
Right. And and Joey, just like you said, the guy's hearing stories about, oh, we were listening to I Can't Stand the Rain when we had our second child and middle name was Chris. And, you're hearing all this kind of crazy stuff. And it's.
Yeah. And you can't just push people along. You gotta give each person ample time because God, not only did they spend the money, but they're in line for 5-6 hours too. So yeah. It's incredible that he's doing that. I love that he's doing it. And I love that he has a reason to do it now with the new record. He's not just going out there. He's going out promoting the new record in person. It's great.
Yeah, it was spectacular. I'm sorry. I'm getting a text right now and I might have some great information, but I'm only going to tease that. Not today, trying to get, okay. Anyway, it's all right. It's all right. Good things are happening in the KISS world right now. And, it's all going to be good. Okay. So, we go through the line. Then, I go to bed. The next day I wake up. I'm like, all right, it's time. I got to go back to this event. I want to see Dale Torborg one more time, who of course says, tell Joey to stop ducking me. Every time I do a show, he's skipping it.
That skinny bastard has been ducking me for years. I'm ready to take him down.
Okay, so we go back, and first thing I purchased is something that I actually did not have. And as soon as I show this to you guys, are going to be like, I can't believe you didn't have this, but I really did.
A puzzle with 2 missing pieces, not just one.
No, Peter Criss's book. I didn't have it for real.
What?
You never read it?
Yeah. I have not read it.
What the fuck is happening?
What
Joe,
So
kind of a
it's gonna-
fan are you? Even I read it. It's right there.
I'm
Joe,
going to tell you.
that's the best of the 4 books.
I think what happened was I never found it. And also I was probably waiting to see if there was an audiobook, because you know me, right, Joey?
You should read that book. Every night, even if you don't want to read, have Karen read a couple of chapters to you. It'll put you to, right to sleep. You'll be nice and comfy, and Karen will read you some chapters. It opens on, you got to read just the opening of the book. It's incredible.
Well, I'm going to do that tonight. Anyway, okay, so I just want to make sure that you guys see this video, because this is pretty cool. So when we were going through the line, Peter said that he would do the drawing. So whoever won, Peter reached in and pulled out your name, which is pretty spectacular. Let's put this video up here real quick. And there it is. Oh my God, it's me. All right. Can you guys see that all right?
And obviously, we took that moron Jared Frank's name out of this thing, right? We took.
You paid me to.
Yeah, exactly. Well, as long as it happened, I don't care how it happened.
You paid me to. Okay, here we go. This is the video. Check it out. What's up, everybody? Joe here from Podcast Rock City. I told you Peter was going to draw the winner for the autograph CDs. Here we go. Just pull out one name.
Cool.
It's awesome.
Probably my name.
That's your name. That's awesome. That's it. I think you got it. Look, what does it say?
I can't see without my reading glasses.
Oh, okay, that's all right. Let's see. I'm not wearing my glasses either. What does it say?
Mike Tanacor.
Mike Tanacor. Awesome.
I know, Mike.
Peter. Thank you very much, Peter.
You're welcome.
God bless. God bless.
I took that out of fortune cookie.
What's up? Did you hear what he said? First he said, he goes, it's probably going to be my name. And then he goes, it's like pulling it out of a fortune cookie. It was pretty funny. So Mike Tanacor won. Congratulations. You got the 3 CD set donated by Peter. Signed 1 copy. And yeah, pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Hey, Mike Crawford, how you doing? Thanks for joining. I know somebody else did up at the top. Joined today. It's spectacular. You guys are amazing.
Joe
Anyway.
is still pulling names out of a hat. There's like 85 apps that make it electronic, so you don't have to write this shit down.
Thirsty Possum. Well, here's the thing. I'd much rather print it, cut it, fold it, and put it in a bag than go.
So 2026 versus 1932.
I love the little Ziploc that they were in too.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't
He
know what
definitely
the
had
hell's in that
he definitely had
Ziploc.
like a tuna fish sandwich in that earlier in the day.
It was not a tuna. It was a pimento.
I knew it was something. I knew it was used for something else.
Yes, it was pimento. Anyway, so we went in. I bought the book. I did buy something else I want to show you guys. Oh, one other thing. Super important. Before I show you that, we ran into Andrew Johnson. If you guys don't know who Andrew Johnson is, you will know who Andrew Johnson is. He is he's a painter. And about maybe a month ago, he sent me an email with some paintings that he did. And it's funny because I said, hey, can you do some prints of that? I'd like to have one. And he said, oh, that's a good idea. So we see him. He tells us we're there. And Andrew Johnson. Okay, remember that name. And I said, how's it going? What's going on? We were talking. We met his daughter. She was spectacular. Turns out they're like surfers and they travel. It's a spectacular story. And he gave us a couple of prints. Look at this.
Oh wow, nice. That's great.
So the actual paintings are probably 3 foot tall by 3 foot wide, big. But so I said, when did you decide to get the prints done? He goes, when you told me to. So he gave us a couple to give away on the show. So we're going to do that coming up in the next month as well. I'm almost done with my story. We're going to get on to Sunny, and then we've got even more news. All right. So as I'm walking out of the out of this event, I see something. The one of Peter, he was getting signed. He said it wasn't completely done yet, but it's beautiful. I mean, this guy's talented. Okay, as I'm walking out, Karen and I stopped at this one little spot where I picked up something that I've always wanted and never was able to get. The 1978 Superman lunchbox.
Stuff you grew up with.
Yes, exactly.
There's
There
still
it
a tuna
is.
sandwich in that too.
I actually was afraid to open up the
Yeah, you should be.
Is there a thermos in there? The thermos, yes.
look at this. I will tell you, look, I did open it. It's clean. It's clean.
Please do not use that thermos, Joe.
I'm not going to use this thermos. This has been a really fun week.
asbestos in it.
I've been finding stuff that I had packed away. Look at this, Joey.
Oh, that's great.
This is from
The big gulp.
2000. Yeah. From that was my Roddy Piper. I put it here because I'm going to start using it during a thing. Okay. We had a great time. All of you guys that we met, spectacular. Some of you we were able to sit with. Some of you just were able to stop and say hello. It was awesome. I really appreciate it. I ran it at the very last person we ran into as we were leaving was I think, I'm sorry, I believe his name was Les. And we met his whole family. His wife said he turned a one room into a KISS room. And she says he put a chair in there with a big, huge TV, and he sits there and watches us.
Oh, amazing.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. You're the best, man. Anyway.
But isn't that's so great? The line, so many people, that could have all been the opposite, right? If it's not fun KISS fans looking to have a good time, waiting on a line for 5, 6, 7 hours could be the most miserable experience of your life. But instead, you guys and Xander and Daphne and everyone else you met, you made it a hangout and made it fun for everyone to talk and meet fellow KISS fans. And
Mel,
that's what makes everything really fun, because it could have been the opposite. Everyone complaining and bitching and unhappy. And instead, everyone was just so happy to be there, hanging out with each other, ready to see Peter.
Okay. His name was Mel. I don't know where the fuck I got Les from. Mel. I'm sorry, Mel. It was awesome to meet you. Mel is so much easier than Les. I don't know how I did that. Maybe I was thinking of Nessman. Okay. All right. Now it's time to hear Sonny's story. I hope you guys, we still got so much to talk about after Sonny's story, but I'm chomping at the bit to hear this one because I heard there was some special stuff happening last night at Sonny's concert. And go.
Yeah, so as everybody knows, Gene ended up announcing a couple of shows in Louisiana. One was closer to me, one was way farther away. So the one on Friday was much farther. So we took the 3-hour drive, my wife and I, Friday night, to go to Bossier City, Louisiana. Ain't never been there. We stayed at the Horseshoe, but the show was at the Margaritaville Resort Casino, which is pretty much right next to each other. So if you've ever been to Bossier City, there's like 4 or 5 casinos, like they're not walkable, but they're all within a mile. So they're all pretty close to each other. Show was supposed to start at 8 o'clock on Saturday night, started on time. I'm a guy at these shows because it's a theater. So what I usually do is I'll buy a seat in the last row on the floor. So that way I can stand up anytime I want. I don't have to worry about, I can stand behind my seat if I want to. I don't have to worry about, like, I don't have enough space. A lot of the times that's by the mixing board. I'll take it. I don't care. So that's kind of where my wife and I were sitting. Theater, Paradise Theater, only holds about 1,100 people. And the average ticket price was in the $150 to $175 range. So it was packed. Was it sold out? Who knows? But assume it's sold out. The venue only took in, 170 on tickets? It's only one bar. And the bar is right behind us. It wasn't exactly jumping because the thing's in a casino, so people got drinks and stuff already. And a lot of the times those drinks are going to be free. So I don't know how much of the bar was. No merchandise booth. Nothing.
Wow.
No merchandise.
He didn't have one when we saw him either.
Yeah. So this is no frills, 4 guys. They never even changed guitars. Like, it was 4 guys doing a show. That's if you didn't know it was Gene Simmons, it's very possible you don't know who the other 3 guys are. So it's just 4 guys playing rock music, right? And that literally kind of how the show went off. The band, because this wasn't announced anywhere. So the band was Gene, obviously, Jason Walker on guitar, Brent Woods on guitar, and Brian Tichy on drums. So it's the same band that we saw, 2 years ago now when Nicole and I went to Kentucky to go see him. Set opens with Deuce. And, everybody there, you don't get are they homers? There's some homers there. There is some tag-along fans, just like my wife. My wife is not a Gene Simmons fan. She's not a Kiss fan. She's a tag-along, right? So you don't get diehards at this kind of thing. So out of the 1,100 people that are there, you get maybe 200 to 300 diehards. You get a bunch of Kiss fans that love being at a casino. You got the locals that want to see Gene, and you got a bunch of basically fair weather fans that maybe know a few songs. Start with Deuce. I can tell you, Gene was in complete control all night. So I have seen, and I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I've seen when an artist that's used to being in a band and is not the leader of that band on stage, what will happen sometimes is all the cues come from somebody else, right? So they're kind of in what they're doing because now they got to play master of ceremonies and they're not the ones giving the cues. Oh, hell no. Gene was in complete control of what Tichy was doing. You would think that he turned around and said, Tichy, play from here to here, stop. Then go from here to here, stop. Throw your stick up, miss it, throw another one up, catch it, and then stop. Like it was completely controlled, which I don't think that's a bad thing. One hand signal after Deuce, they go straight into Shout It Out Loud. Jason shared the vocals. Brian shared the vocals, and obviously, I think Brent even did a vocal. So, and obviously, Gene did one. So then, when they get out of Shout It Out Loud, then there's Gene. Lots of jokes, lots of talking. Some of it great. Some of it hard to keep up with because Gene is playing off the crowd, so he's bouncing from person to person to person. Right, he's catching people talking, he's catching people texting, he's, some husband and wife are talking through something. It's like, hey, does a meeting have to happen now? That kind of stuff. And he's catching stuff, but he's not always talking straight into the mic. So some of that stuff you're missing, and he's jumping from person to person to person. You're sitting in the back room, you go, I don't even know what the hell you're doing. Right, and some of this stuff lasts 4, 6, 8 minutes.
Wow.
Oh,
right. So he is who he is when it comes down to that. Finally gets through the talking, announces that he's going to play a ballad, and they start into War Machine. Do War Machine, bunch of talking. Go to Calling Dr. Love. And, there was no fans there that I heard that, oh my God, why is he doing this set list? This is terrible. These are all the songs everybody else. I didn't hear any of that. Nicole would know the difference because she doesn't really know the songs anyway. So after he gets done with Calling Dr. Love, he decides, or after he gets done with War Machine, to go to Calling Dr. Love, he decides to talk about the woke world and how the world is woke.
yikes.
Some of that was appropriate, some of it maybe not. And then he starts, say a word and then pulls the mic away, say a word, pull the mic away, that kind of thing. So you can hear him mouthing the words, but you can't hear him saying maybe some of the things he shouldn't say. And then they go to Christine 16. So after Christine 16, he decides to give the audience a lesson in the English language. Not exactly sure why, and wanted to share that the word I and what it means, and that there's not an I in every language, blah, 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 blah. And then they go into I. And Brent did the Paul part. and I came out pretty good.
Okay, wait, hold on. I got questions.
Yeah.
When they did did you know that was coming? Before, I mean, obviously he said I and talked about
Yeah.
the word I, but did you pop a little? Did you, I'm going to get to see I live? I mean, was that exciting to you or no?
Are
It
you
was
new
different.
here? I was like, I'm going to see I. Why is he going to do I? Why is he doing I?
No, I meant because
He's
it was
about to do
different.
I. Yeah. It was different, but it's, it's the Elder.
I mean, Sellers sounds pretty good so far. I mean, I got a little peek at what it was too. It sounds way better than that last run he did with the Motorhead song and the demo
Van Halen.
songs and all that horse
Yeah.
shit that he was doing. This sounds like a set that people want to see.
Right. So after they do I, Gene decides he wants to teach people the difference between men and women.
Oh,
Oh
Lord.
no.
And, Mars and Venus. And then that goes on for 6, 7, 8 minutes. And then finally they get to Domino. Every time somebody started looking down, I'm like, okay, they're looking at lyrics. I got it. According to Gene, somebody taped the Domino lyrics upside down. He was so lost, dude. He was so lost. He got probably half the lyrics wrong. And then just stopped singing at a couple of points and then try to catch it up. He just kept going. But it was like, oh my God, dude. Okay. That's probably not great. Then a bunch more talking. Then they go into charisma. After charisma got a little interesting because then we got the Hall of Fame. I was talking to Ice Cube. I asked him when Led Zeppelin was going to get into the, Hip Hop Hall of Fame. When is AC/DC going to be in the Country Hall of Fame? They should have separate genres. Like 6, 7, 8 minutes, right? Finally, he's trying to get to talk about the Kennedy honors thing, and he's trying to talk about Ace. And I think he was trying to create a moment, right? He was trying to talk about his friend Ace. He was planning on having that moment probably hit him pretty heavy because the next song that came up, he didn't do any singing. He stepped back and only played bass. So I thought maybe he would have to collect his emotions. That's probably what he was trying to do. They introduced Rocket Ride. There was too much other talking to really get probably the motion he wanted to get out. He still didn't do anything but play bass. Brent sang the whole thing. I would say Brent 90% hit all the A stuff all night. Awesome. Brent is a Kiss nerd. Brent was doing Kiss moves when the other two weren't doing them anymore. In the spaces he was supposed to do them at, no matter who else was doing them, he didn't care. Right? So I thought it was headed to, I'm like, oh my God, are they going to do the smoking guitar solo? Like it was headed to that level. He didn't end up doing that though. So after Rocket Ride, they go right into Cold Gin because they were doing obviously a tribute to Ace. Then Jason did a guitar solo. Brent did a guitar solo. Brian did a drum solo. Gene comes back on stage. I don't think they were planning on doing this, but Brent started playing a song and Gene goes, I think the bass line's here. And they did about a minute to a minute and a half of Love Her All I Can. Just the musical kind of interlude thing to finish off the solos.
The solo, I mean, the solos could be a rest moment for Gene. I listen. Yeah. I agree. I don't love the solos. I never was a big solo fan. Playing it or listening to it, that could be Gene needs to get hydrated. He needs to sit down 10 minutes. It could be anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. So then, they bring the people up. They bring a few guys, a few girls up to do "I Love It Loud." One of the girls they bring up, this lady, they call her the boot lady or something, and she was wearing these flashy boots or whatever. So she's telling Gene she sells these boots. Well, what's your website? Don't have one. Where's your store? Don't have one.
Oh shit.
Then tells the crowd doesn't know who Gene is until she got called up today. And then there's a bunch of booing, of course. Like, you want to tell 1,100 people that would die to be up there right now? Right? Like, it's like, what are you doing? So they did I Love It Loud. come back, bunch of talking, into Parasite, come back, bunch of talking, into Let Me Go Rock and Roll. And then there was these 3 ladies that would not shut up the entire show, that Gene pointed to them several times during the show. Right now, I was at a Ron White concert when that happened once, and Ron White just had him taken out. Like, he was like, "Get the hell out!" But Gene actually pulled him on stage and let them do Rock and Roll All Night with him. So 14 songs. You got Love Her All I Can for about a minute. You got a bunch of solos. An hour 40. So I would say you got about 60 minutes of music and about 40 minutes of talking. Okay. Show gets done. Nicole goes, "They're pretty good." I'm like, okay, they're 4 professional musicians.
They're pretty good. Yeah.
They should be pretty good. Then she goes, "Is that guy better than Joey?" I go, "There's Brian Tishy. Then there's Joey. Joey's wonderful. He is not Brian Tishy."
Oh man, brutal.
Mrs. Pooney, I'll show you better than Brian Tishy. You know what I mean?
So good show overall. You know, there wasn't a bunch of people leaving early, bunch of people with Kiss t-shirts. And I would say, you know, probably half of them were there to enjoy the casino, and there happened to be a band there that they wanted to see, and half of them were there to see Gene, and they happened to be a casino to play at. It's a pretty cool venue in the in Margaritaville. Cheap Trick's playing there in a couple of weeks. So they get Collective Souls playing there at the end of May, I think. So they get some pretty good acts, but it was worth going to the show for sure. And I mean, I was glad you didn't do a bunch of covers. You know, would I've had Naked City, and it would have been nice if he did something for Lick It Up or Animalize or Asylum or Crazy Nights or Hot in the Shade. He just basically skipped 7 years, 8 years of his life. Okay, didn't do anything after Revenge. I wouldn't have done anything after Revenge, but okay.
I mean, listen, I get it. We're never going to be fully happy with the set list, but from where he came from, like when he did his first run with Ryan and Jeremy and those guys, I thought his set list was phenomenal. Then when he came back last time with the new band and he was doing all those covers and stuff, everyone was disappointed. This, I have to assume someone said to him, whether it was the band, whether it was Doc, whether it was someone that said, "Hey, Gene, the set list comments from that last run, I think killed his run." And I think the ticket sales were down. I think everything was down. No one wanted to see, 40 minutes of talking plus Motorhead plus Van Halen covers plus, all this other stuff. They want to see rare Gene songs. And, I get it. He's got to do some of the staples. He did Rock and Roll All Night. He did Shout It Out Loud and Deuce. But he still did Charisma and and some of these other cool ones, Christine 16. So I think we got to be at least happy he's out there. Mm-hmm. Listen, Kiss retired a couple years ago, right? We got Joe going to see Peter. We got Gene on stage live. We got stuff happening. So I think, we should be appreciative for at least getting what we get.
Absolutely.
Joe, you happy that the tribute to Ace was Rocket Ride and Cold Gin? Is that good enough for you? And Parasite later.
Yeah, for me, it's good enough just because it's something, but I can't imagine like what Kiss fans would be writing right now had it have been Shock Me or,
what do you
or
think,
even
Sonny?
2000 Men.
What would you have wanted?
I think I'm happy that it was Rocket Ride. Right?
Yeah,
it's not off his solo album, and you take Shock Me off the list. You don't want to do 2000 Man or something like that. I think Rocket Ride really kind of hits it home, and it was a complete surprise. The best part about it is Brent did it well. Yeah. Because if Brent hadn't done it well, then you're jacking up Rocket Ride, and it's like, dude, if you can't do the song, then stay away from it.
Yeah.
Listen, I love that there's a little tribute there for Ace. That's a good song choice, I think. It's a rare song. It's a song Kiss never really did. So, and then to have Parasite and Cold Gin in there too, I think that's a nice moment.
Yeah. So
I think Jerry went to the show on Friday night, But there's rumors
Right.
that he didn't do a tribute to Ace. I can't imagine that's the case because I thought he did Rocket Ride in Strange Ways that night.
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Jared said Gene did Rocket Ride well too.
Okay.
So here's the thing. So what are you saying? Stop the jokes. Tell a Kiss story. Hey, I remember. Would that be fun? How about this? What if there was, instead of, you said 30 minutes of talking? Is that what you said there was?
At least.
At least. What if it had been 20 minutes, but it was storytelling in between?
Yeah, that'd be fine. I don't mind him being a pseudo stand-up comedian. I don't mind it. I love the comedians that play off the crowd, that there's stuff going on in the crowd, because they can do it on the fly, right? But normally those people have punchlines and they're talking straight into the mic and they're making sure that the person at the back of the room can hear them, because if they can't do that, then it's like, why did that person pay for a ticket to my show if they can't hear everything I'm saying? Right.
Yeah.
So they'll play off the crowd. And sometimes, you'll see the camera pan on that person and they'll be on the screen as the comedian's talking about them or whatever, which is fine. Gene's problem is ADHD, right? Like he's jumping from person as he sees things because his neurons are firing. First of all, dude, at 75, if I can be that fast with that shit, I'll take it. I just don't know if I need 20, 30 minutes of it, because that's not what I paid to see.
And
Right.
I think the point we're missing too is Gene is not a front man. Yes, Gene has played thousands upon thousands of shows over the years. He's never been the front man. He's never talked on the mic. So how many shows total in Gene's career has he been leading the band?
Yeah.
24? How many shows has he done, right? So
Yeah.
I don't think Gene knows how to do that. I
Yeah.
think Gene is just being Gene. You hear him on a podcast, you hear him on any interview. That's how he talks. He kind of runs and rambles and makes fun of a few people and goes rambling again, and then he gets back to the point. I think that's just Gene being Gene. I do think, of course, we'd rather see him be the front man and control the audience and control the crowd and push the crowd along and push the set list along and kind of fire people up. But I think he's in an element where he doesn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
Got to give him the hour 40. No going blind. No world without heroes. Did not slow the set list down at all, which is great. Rocked the whole time.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so there's Sonny's story. You heard my story. For you guys that are watching right now, 130 of you are in the room watching right now, hanging out with us. Welcome. Nice to see you. We've got a couple more things to talk about that are pretty major, breaking news kind of things. Before we do that, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. It'll be a lot of fun for you to come every weekend, 7 p.m. We're here live, and we talk Kiss. All right, so I'm getting messages through this like you wouldn't believe. It's the weirdest thing.
You got an update to tell us? What do you have to tell us?
I do not have an update.
You got the Polo House updates going?
No,
what do you have? What's going
I
on
will
here?
tell you that I do have an update, but I don't. I'm waiting to see if when it's gonna happen. All right, let's go ahead and start talking about that right now. So besides those two things that Sonny and I did, there were some pretty big announcements. Okay, one of them was that Peter is going to be in Orlando. This was another one. I want to show you guys this one. We're going to get into this real quick. Right here. Boom. Gene Simmons Legends of Rock Expo in Las Vegas. This is what Fanboy, I've been to a few of them. My stepdaughter is a professional artist and an amazing one at that. And she does all these expos. And last year we went and Gene was there. This year it's a different one. This company Fanboy is working with Gene. I'm guessing from last year, Gene was like, hey, these things are cool. We should do this. So this is what they said. We have been working on this with Gene Simmons for a few months now. The Gene Simmons Legends of Rock Expo is officially live. Gene asked me in Knoxville last summer, what if we did a Comic-Con that was with rock stars? And now we are announcing Gene Simmons' Legends of Rock Expo. Let me go ahead and do this real quick because there is a website. We're going to go to that and check it out. I wanted you guys to see this. Let's see. There it is. Share. Okay. September 25th through the 27th, 2026. Gene Simmons, Legends of Rock, live from Westgate, Las Vegas Resort. Sonny, what does that casino look like?
It's not bad. And I think the Westgate's right behind the Sphere, if I remember right.
Okay, cool. Rock the weekend, meet the legends, live the rock only in Vegas. Meet your heroes live or live. I don't know. Live the legend. I don't know. Whatever that's supposed to say. All right. So here, let's check this out a little bit. So far we know Gene is going to be there. And Bruce Kulick so far. I will tell you that I do not like how much that looks like Vinnie Vincent on the right.
You're right. Wow.
But it's really making me nervous. I'm not going to lie to you. It says more to come. We'll see what that's all about. Obviously it's not going to be all Kiss people. The one thing that I will say,
that could be Tommy. That could be Tommy.
Not with that guitar.
That headstock.
You don't know that.
Yeah. Not with that guitar. He's a Les Paul guy. All right. So here's what I want to tell you guys. Here's the question I'm going to ask. I'll start with Joey. Joey.
Oh, yeah.
Gene Simmons aggravates a lot of people. Who's he going to get for this? Are you going to be on it, Joey?
On this expo?
Yeah, are you going to be one of the people?
Listen, I would love to be. If whoever's running this expo, give me a call. I'm in.
Awesome.
I mean, this sounds like a great time. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Gene is now running this thing, right?
I'm guessing so. Yes.
Yeah, I think
probably
Gene,
with Fanboy.
This is like Gene's thing now that he's putting together. I guess I don't know, year after year. So this is a cool thing. You know, I think his concept was, he wanted to do a Comic-Con, but with rock stars.
Yeah, that's different, right? But who else? I mean, we're talking. Is it going to be 80s guys? You know,
he can
is
get
it going to be?
Of course, he can get all the 80s guys. Halford, he could get. Who knows? Anyone, all the guys from those years, whether they're doing stuff or not. This is a great opportunity. A lot of those types of guys don't get the opportunity to do these types of events, or even if they do it like how Peter did it, like inside of a horror con or inside of a Comic-Con. If this is strictly for musicians and rock musicians, I think this has a lot of legs to it and could work for years to come.
Yeah. Sonny, what do you think so far? Do you like this idea?
I love the idea. And I think he can get anybody, now, first of all, we're talking about 7 months out, right? So some of these guys haven't announced their tour date. So some of these guys going to get knocked out because September is still touring season. So they won't be anywhere near Vegas. But picking Vegas, between Vegas and LA, you got pretty much anybody you want to get. I mean, there's no reason, for instance, for Slaughter not to be there. Slaughter's right there, right? So there's no reason for, there's no reason for Eric Singer not to be there. And so any of these guys that live in Arizona or anywhere close and they don't got stuff going on, it just depends on what do you want to do with it. I think it'd be harder for Gene not to say that, well, who's going to come. We got to get a list. I think he's going to have to go, who can't come? Because you don't, if you have 50 people, you got nobody. You need to have like 15 to 20 people, and that is it. And you're going to have to figure out, like, what's the grease on the joystick that pays these guys enough to be there and get enough interest from folks to go do this thing. But him getting people, dude, I don't think that's an issue at all.
No way.
Yeah. Somebody's already, saying Pat Benatar, Sebastian Bach.
You pay Pat Benatar. Pat's big money.
Yeah.
Sebastian's not, Sebastian's cheaper than Pat is.
Yeah. So let's take real quick. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the tickets here. So the tickets run from $400 to $3,000.
Wow.
And obviously you it does not, if you look, it does not include a place to stay, a hotel room, a weekend pass, early entry, official t-shirt, swag bag, Gene Simmons autobiography. He must have been going through his stuff and found like, oh, I have 30,000 of these left.
I've got 600 vaults left, 600 books left. I got 700 of these left. Got 2,000 of these left.
Joe, what does the $395 get you? Read that to me.
Weekend pass.
2 days? 2 or 3 days?
I believe it's 3 days, right?
Okay.
11th. Okay. Weekend pass, early entry, VIP line access, official t-shirt and poster, exclusive swag bag, Gene Simmons autobiography, lanyard and badge. And it's Thursday and Friday night concerts. 800 weekend pass, early entry, a t-shirt, swag bag, autobiography, lanyard, guaranteed panel seating, and on all so it's 3 days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then for 2,800 weekend pass, entry, official t-shirt, exclusive bags, Gene Simmons lanyard, professional preferred panel seating. So that means front rows. Gene Simmons autograph, Gene Simmons book autograph, special group photo op to be announced, all concert, Saturday night dinner. It does not say with Gene, but I'm going to guess it could be.
Yeah. 5
additional autographs. I'm wondering if that's with Gene. I have Karen's credit card right here. Let's do I just heard her fall out of her chair.
Yeah. This is how I wanted the Kiss of Vegas thing to be, right? Like, I just want to be in the room. I don't care where I sit at the panels, and I'll have my own place I can stay, and I'll get there on my own.
Okay,
for $395, totally worth it.
This is a premium weekend for $225, but I did not see. I'm sorry, what was in that? I think. Weekend passes. Look at that! It's a weekend pass, admission all weekend, and daily admission. So if you want to go one day,
that's see now this he's doing it right. So
he's doing it right.
I was just going to say, listen, don't look at those $3,000 packages. If that's not for you. That's not for you. I guarantee you, if you look at the model of all of these, that's the first package that's going to sell out. The $3,000 package is limited, and all the high rollers who want that stuff $3,000 to them is $3 to us. So they're going to buy that stuff, right? Don't look at that and complain, oh, Gene is money hungry and blah, blah, blah. That's not for you. Those are for high roller people who have expendable money that they can just burn. This is the right way to do it. Make it affordable for everyone. And like Sonny said, don't force me to stay somewhere and make me pay top dollar that I don't want to stay there. Cheap tickets one day if I want to go just one day. Affordable 2-day ticket prices. This looks incredible.
And look at you could do the whole weekend for $150.
It's awesome. Awesome.
In $225, you get admission all weekend, official poster, and the lanyard and badge for $75. But it's not out of reach. Okay. Okay. So look, we still got more to go, guys. There's a lot happening. Thank you guys for being here. Still 130 of you guys hanging out. If you guys are new here, thank you. This is Podcast Rock City. Where are we ranked in the universe now, Joey?
I mean, I was looking it up. Well, we're still number one, obviously. We are number one. I can't foresee us losing that title anytime soon. I mean, who the hell is up and coming? Nobody.
So this is Podcast Rock City. We have fun here. It's a positive Kiss show, except when Sonny's talking and sometimes when Joey is. We do our best to have fun here.
Just keeping it real, you fucking homer.
It's okay. I'm just giving you crap. And one of the things about our show is you are the 5th member. Usually Lee is here. Usually we have a pretty member on here as well. And she's busy. No, don't, Sonny. And she had something to do tonight, so she's not here. But come next week and you'll get to see her. There's still more to talk about. This show is so big, we couldn't even get it in 1 hour. I want to make sure that we talk about this one. This one as well. pretty big as far as I'm concerned, and that is Bow. Cosmo Rocks Productions presents Indy KISS Fan Expo, celebrating the Destroyer Tour. So 50 years of Destroyer, 76 to 2026. Guest Paul Stanley. That is huge.
See,
Yeah.
he did it. Go back up. Go back up. Limited in-person autograph and
Yeah.
photo op.
Of course.
He is telling you straight up, I ain't spending 7 hours doing that.
Yeah.
Right. Now,
And
I'm not sure
and
exactly.
they just got to sell the tickets accordingly. But this is obviously huge. Not only, listen, I love that Paul's going to be there. That's, to me, that's not the selling point. The selling point is the Indy Expo, Keith LaRue putting on. Hopefully these are back. Hopefully the New York, New Jersey one comes back. This is what we all want. KISS is gone. We can't see KISS live anymore. Yes, we get landlocked Vegas. Maybe we'll get a cruise. We'll get something once a year. But we need all of these back again, right? We got all the podcasts to kind of fill the time in between. But this is the stuff we want. And you know Keith LaRue is going to do it right.
Yes. I mean, the truth is that the podcasts, all of them have been really like being the stepdad for the KISS fans. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah.
You know, you've got us, you've got three sides of the coin. You have the KISS room, you have the Shout It Out Loud casters guys, you have KISS Army things. This is what we do. We enjoy talking about KISS, which means that you have a place to go. We do it live every weekend. Matt Porter does it live once a month on Monco Radio, where music and minds meet. The
Fantastic.
other guys usually do a recording, but you get it from us. And now we're getting all the little holes filled in, which is what we want. Now, hopefully we'll get a KISS Expo, once every couple of months. We've got one in April. Hopefully we'll get a couple closer to the end of the year to fill those spots. Maybe, speaking of Phil, maybe Phil, who used to do them down here in the South, could do one. I saw you the other day. We didn't talk that much, but I should have brought that up. Notice here, though.
But this probably kills a cruise, though. Between what Gene is doing and what Paul's doing, there's no cruise this year.
I mean, Joe and I talked about this. I don't foresee it happening. Joe, that he works with Pop House, of course, might know more than us, but it's pretty. I mean, we're already into February. If there was a cruise, a landlocked thing, maybe they could get going. If it was a cruise, it would have been announced already, I think. Of course, I could be wrong.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not really sure if Pop House is involved with this at all. One thing that I wanted to point out to you guys is right down here at the bottom. Notice it says limited in-person autograph and photo op. Tickets on sale Tuesday, mail-in options available. I wonder if that means you could mail something you want autographed to these people, and they'll get Paul to sign it and mail it back to you, which is cool if somebody can't go, Well,
that's
great. That's
too,
kind of the new thing going around. There's several people doing this now.
It's great because it doesn't take away from Paul's time at the expo. Like he's saying here, it's a limited in-person autographs because his time is limited. The mail-in one, Keith could meet up with Paul 2 months later, 2 months before, whatever it's going to be, and get all that stuff done.
Yeah. And it says this Q&A experience is included in all expo ticket purchases. So obviously Paul's going to do a Q&A. At least that's what it seems like if you're reading into that. And then there's more announcements to come, and obviously, and right here it says limited. I'm sorry. I saw some. Oh, here it is. Tickets, discount hotel, vendor info coming Tuesday. So just a couple of days from now, you guys, we're gonna find out. I will tell you that I already found a roommate. My buddy and birthday boy, Jeff Trott. Everybody, happy birthday, Jeff Trott. Artist, right, Joey?
Oh, Jeff is incredible. Jeff helps me with all my books. He did the logos for my last 2 books, The KISS Drummers and For Order of the Rose. Helps me set up the book, the formatting. He's awesome, incredible graphic artist. And handsome bastard, too.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. And so we've decided we're gonna room together. This way, we have I'm sure it'll be a little more affordable, and because it's a month away, a little over a month away now.
That's pretty crazy. That seems a little weird to me. It's the only thing that
That's
took me by
fast.
surprise. Very fast. I got to assume, and I don't know any of this for sure, guys. Maybe it's based on Paul's availability, and they had to grab this quick. If Paul was going to be this headlining guest, they had to do this at this time frame because Paul wasn't available for who knows, maybe the rest of the year. But definitely seems quick. You're talking 6 weeks away, right?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
that's a quick turnaround for people to make schedules and plan flights and book rooms and blah blah blah. But I think with Paul being there and it being the infamous Indy Expo, it's going to sell out.
I do know that it's going to, I mean, I have a great time when I go to these. The last two that, like Sonny and I, we went to the 20th anniversary and 19, right, Sonny?
Yeah.
And those were close. Those were on Mother's Day. So, we're talking April. It's what, a month. Mother's Day is May, right? So it's a month earlier than normal, but this is pretty great. And the guests that are going to be coming, I know are awesome.
Oh, really?
I know are awesome.
Asshole.
And you're going to be excited about it. And we just have to wait for the announcement. And I do not. I mean, obviously, I work with Keith, and he always remember this. He's a Homer fan like the rest. He does not want to disappoint Kiss fans ever. And I just know that this is going to be amazing. Okay,
and I know that people are like, Gene is probably the busiest of all the guys because he's always doing something, right? I think Paul is actually busier, and that's because he probably limits the time he's going to do. It's like, you ain't jacking with my family from May to August because I'm going to be in Dubai or I'm going to be in blah. I work my whole life so I could do that. I'm not going to go do some stupid expo in the middle of July and tell my wife that we can't go to Dubai. Like, that's not going to, that's what Gene does. I don't do that. Right. So just like you said, Keith, I got like 3 weekends, dude.
Right.
You want me.
And then Keith had to get the room, and this was probably the week that worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so listen, man, this has been a fun show. I'm trying to make sure that I got everything and mentioned everything that I needed to. If you won anything that you saw today, make sure you email us, podcast rockcity1.
That's the number one.
At gmail.com. Podcast rockcity1. That's the number one at gmail.com. And we'll mail it out to you. I went and I bought some CD mailers today, and we'll get them out to you. But guess what? Now Sonny and Joey and I are going to go, and we're going to do another show. And all you premium members that have joined the after school program, you're going to come and hang out. There was 2 that joined while we were doing the show. If you look down at the bottom, you'll see a thing that says join. It's not a scam. It's 99 cents. 99 cents to do the extra show with us. It's 20 minutes. We do extra. We talk a little more. It gets a little more risque sometimes. You see Late Night Sonny.
See some spoony nipples every once in a while. They make an appearance. It's a good time.
Yeah, like pepperonis. It's really kind of strange.
Oh, I feel sick. Oh.
I'm sorry. Look at Sonny. Listen, I'm going to send Jeff Trott a birthday card. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do to it, and I'm going to clear it with you guys first because it's going to make the net. Oh, okay, no. I'm just letting you know before I'm going to clear it with you guys first. Anyway, all right.
And Jeff, the lipstick on that card is mine.
Listen, I love you guys. Thank you for being here, man. 130 of you guys hung out with us for an hour and 10 minutes. A lot of you are coming to hang out with us afterwards. Remember, you're the 5th member of this show. You are the extra member. Everything that you guys are saying here, we're reading and adding in. Actually, there was one comment in here I want to jump to real quick. Joey, Joe, or Sonny, do you think Kiss Now Unmasked could do a Kiss cruise still and sell it out? I'm thinking a landlocked is an easier sell. Sonny.
I think they can sell out a cruise. The brand, just Kiss the brand. Hell, you could brand it Led Zeppelin and one guy show up and you sell it out. Like I don't think there's any doubts about that. They could definitely do the landlocked thing again, and I thought they did a good job at Vegas. I think what you do is maybe you're alternated every year, so that way folks who can do boats can do boats, folks who can do land could do land. But I'll tell you, we're getting more of these guys right now by February 26th, February 22nd, than we did basically all of last year.
Yep. It's only February, and all this is getting announced.
Yeah.
Joey, you agree with what Sonny said?
Absolutely. They can easily sell out a cruise. I think maybe even more so now, because now Kiss fans are fiending for something else to do. So I think it's an easy sell.
Absolutely. All right, Sonny, do you have anything to add? I know what do you got going on with your shows with the guy that makes the moonshine?
Yeah, so we just released our 1986 album review series episode this weekend. We did Raised on Radio. That was an interesting Journey album review we just did. And we're just bouncing around on topics. We release every week, so we do pretty good.
Joey, what do you got going on?
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of crazy stuff going on. I got some other announcements coming soon that I can't announce yet. Possibly as soon as tomorrow I can. But I did make an appearance on a really fun, newer Kiss podcast. When I say newer, they're like 70 episodes in, so they're really not new. But Hooligan Nation, check these guys out. I ran into them in Kiss Vegas. Really fun guys. They do it right. They have a good time. They're Kiss nerds like all of us, and they just have a good time. They don't care about ratings and all this horse shit. They just do it for a great time. Check it out. Hooligan Nation. Really good guys.
And I haven't seen that show yet, but I've watched a bunch of their shows. I've messaged them. They always have nice things to say about us, and we appreciate it. You guys are awesome. You know what I'm going to say? We love Kiss, and we love Kiss podcasts, and you're going to hear the commercials for all the ones that we love right after this in 3, 2, 1. Peace.